Hi everyone, welcome to day 22 of my manga advent calendar project. I'm Dai, and today I will be sharing my first impressions on the first volume of Crossplay Love, Otaku x Punk. This is story and art by Toru, published by 7 Seas, rated teen. So this is a story about our characters here on the cover, Mei and Hana. And they are both people who fell in love with each other at first sight. But what they don't know about each other is that they are both cross-dressing. And so we follow them throughout their regular school day. They both actually go to the same school, and they kind of don't like each other. Hana is actually Hanae, and he is very much an otaku. He likes all of those types of things. He likes to go to cosplay conventions, and he likes music and a bunch of other types of things. And then you've got Shume, who basically is a punk. He causes fights. He has this very bullyish type of personality. But Shume is walking by a maid cafe one day and sees this gorgeous girl inside. And he's like, I can't just walk in there and go to a maid cafe and be all creepy. So he figures, well, if I cross-dress as a girl, it's not going to be as creepy, right? So he decides to cross-dress in order to find out who the girl is that he fell in love with at first sight from outside of the maid cafe. And he ends up being served by Hana. And Hana actually enjoys dressing up as a girl. They feel more like themselves when they are dressed up, and they can wear cute clothes. And so both of them fall in love with each other at first sight. And it's kind of the story about them trying to get to know the other person, but hiding their real identities. And so I thought this one was actually pretty cute. It was full of comedic moments, especially because both of them are kind of freaking out about the other person internally. And they really want to get to know the other one, but every time they think of things to try to get to know the other person, they think, oh my gosh, I don't want to come off really creepy about it. But they do end up bumping into each other dressed up. And so you kind of get not only the scenes where they're in their everyday clothes, but you also see them bump into each other when they're cross-dressed. They don't know that it's each other when they bump into each other in their regular clothes. But it's interesting to see how they react to each other with the different, let's just say, costumes. And so I really am enjoying their journey. Towards the end of this volume, we get a few more characters. One of them is actually pretty perceptive to what's going on. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out and where the story goes from here. I think that the relationship that is building when they're cross-dressed is really cute. But I'll be very interested to see how that will translate when they figure out that both of them are cross-dressing and what the reaction is going to be once that revelation comes out. But I really enjoyed this one. I definitely was smiling at several of the scenes between our two characters. And so I'll definitely be continuing with this series. So those are my first impressions on Crossplay Love. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read this one and what you thought of it. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you are here, if you could leave me a tea or coffee emoji down in the comments below, it would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. Join me tomorrow for day 23 of my manga advent calendar project. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.